Hello everyone and welcome to Training in My Life. This week I decided to revisit doing something I did in my very first video, and that was to go grounding, walking barefoot in the park. So that's where you'll find me this week. I'll be walking along the streets heading there, noticing things as I go, and then trying to go grounding in the park. Now, it didn't all go exactly to plan. It wasn't peace and quiet and birds tweeting all the time, but I did persevere, as you'll see in the video. And it was odd that after I got home it did have a knock-on effect, and later in the day I realised I was a lot more chilled than normal. So it did relax me to a degree that I didn't realise when I was out doing it. I'm trying to devote part of my time today to relaxing, enjoying peace and quiet. And I was going to film in this street a bit earlier, and it's like trying to film between the planes going overhead. There's one going overhead now, or the cars going past, or there was a bunch of cyclists that wouldn't stop rabbiting to each other. And I thought, it's not quite as peaceful as it appears. But in between all that, I can hear the birds tweeting. So it is a peaceful street to walk along. I've just realised that it's that time of year when the horse chestnut trees have those, they're almost like ice cream cones on the branches. Now if you're walking up this road, you're going to park, because there's nothing else at the end of here, and it's a dead end. And there isn't a car park for that, so you wouldn't be driving up. There's some fabulously expensive houses up here. Like that one. And some of them are behind big gates. Look, literally a white picket fence. Very expensive looking house. I can't resist, I always have to stop for a blossom tree. I've come to this park to do some grounding. Grounding was my very first video when I came to this exact same park and walked barefoot on the grass. I'm going to do it again. So I'm hoping to just have me in the grass and the birds tweeting. As usual, there's dog walkers out, which you'll be able to see. Because it's early in the morning, I'm guessing this grass is going to be kind of wet. But we'll find out in 2 seconds when I take my trainers off. Bare feet on grass. Walking slowly. It feels like clammy because it's had the morning dew on it and it is now drying out in the sunshine. It feels nice. I purposely walked about 20-30 minutes to get here so that I would want to take my trainers off and want to feel cool on my feet. This is a very pretty tree. And it's weird, look, it looks like it's got its arm round something. See how it curves, that one branch? Must have happened because of the wind. Okay, this will be the oot out bit. Oot, ow, oot, ow, oot, ow. Okay. Woman's just walked past me, rabbiting away into her mobile. And it makes me think that before we had mobile phones, people used to go walk in the park and they would just be much more present. They wouldn't be talking to someone at the same time. Here's my feet, look. You're usually supposed to do this grounding for at least half an hour, and I can see how I could easily wander for half an hour. I'm having a relaxing day. It's the 3rd day into my vacation. And I feel like I've been rushing around a lot the last few days. Yeah, I am doing grounding this morning because I wanted to do something very relaxing. I also want to do some forest bathing. I have to find a forest, and you're telling me there's a lot of trees ahead. They're not exactly a forest because they grow together, but I'm going to a station that I've not usually go to. And when I go to that, there might be trees around there. I know there's a little river around there, but not one that's easy to follow. Change direction because all I can hear is this family arguing and yelling and, oh, a plane. Well, you can't have everything, can you? Now, look, people are way over there and way over there. So hopefully they won't be moaning and bringing me down. I can hear thumpy thumpy music now. This is not going to plan. I do like the feeling of the grass on my feet though, I will say that. And later in the summer the grass will dry out so much there'll be sort of rough, uncomfortable bits. Yeah, I think the music is coming from the house up there. So, and the vans seem to be associated with loads of like stalls behind the house. So I don't want to head up there. Let's head this way. Let's head that way. Or possibly that way. Or possibly that way. So much choice. Yeah, so grounding is all about that electromagnetic force that's that you absorb through your feet, and how it sort of neutralises it and whatever's in your body. And I explain it much better in my first grounding video, which I'll put a link to here. That was my very first ever video, almost a year ago. I'm almost at my anniversary and nowhere near being monetised, but enjoying it incredibly. And I think that's it, you just have to go with the flow. And I am much better at it than I was, partly due to the equipment I've now got, like the GoPro I'm filming on. Talking of which, I'm just going to put it on its, I've got a stick with me, I'm going to put it on the stick for a bit. Hang on. There we go, so now you've got a different view of me, because I've put my GoPro on a, I always want to call it a selfie stick, but technically they're not these days, are they? Oh, just another plane. Cutaway shot to my feet. I will say all the planes that are going over very slowly and taking forever to go to clear the sound out. When I'm here, and I don't just come here doing this for videos, I come here when I feel like relaxing after work. When the weather's better, I mean we're in spring and I usually do it in the summer. Yeah, when I come here I don't always have lots of people arguing and moaning at each other, but I think it's possibly because it's the fourth day of an Easter weekend and they've been off work and they've been in close confines with each other, so they found something to moan about. And there's another plane. They're pretty much continuous actually. There we go, there's my little feet. As you can see, I'm not hurrying. Oh, these trees look nice. Let's stand and make a background. Ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow. There's a lot of spiky things on here. I mean, that looks pretty. I should speak up because the microphone's further away. So, avenue of trees. I tied my hair up in readiness for walking in the woods. But then I checked the station where I was heading for, and there aren't any trains running from there today. And also, there's just too many darn planes going over that it's not a good area for filming in. Go home, have some lunch, and then come out again. Isn't it peaceful? Occasionally. I think we have to walk between these trees. I've got my trainers on now. It was quite funny. I was stood putting them on, balancing on one leg and kept falling. Not falling, but you know what I mean, toppling. So my foot touched the ground again. And then I'd sort of brush off the bits and pieces off my feet and then try again to put my sock on and put it in my trainer. It took me about 3 attempts on each foot before I was able to do it. And I'm sure the people sitting up there thought it was very funny. That's it. I usually come here in the summer when it's very hot after work, and when I do that, I'm just wearing sandals. Good grief, another plane. Made it up the hilly bit. It's funny. Oh, it's a bit noisy. I'll wait till it finishes. Although there'll be another and another and another, as it seems this is a flight path. I spend all my time waiting to talk. I think because I'm in South London at the moment, that's the flight path to Gatwick, it must be. Although, because I'm below the city and there is a city airport, I suppose I could be going there. There's just so many, I'm thinking it would be a major airport, so probably Gatwick. See, by the time the planes have gone over, I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I need a much quieter place. A load of parakeets has drawn me to this location because they were being noisy, so it made me look over here. And this is kind of a nice backdrop. And you can just hear birds. There was a robin at the side of me, but the explorer me wants to go that way. But the fact that it's so noisy here with the planes that I'd rather go. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I've had a lovely week as my first week's vacation and done lots of different things. Been to places in London I'd not been before, and also I went to the beach and I paddled in the sea, all of which you'll see in future videos. So for the time being, please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend and come back next time. Bye for now.